Well, good morning, everybody. Mark Finan here in the Home Weather Office. It is Tuesday morning. It is now the 6th day of August 2024. This is the morning briefing coming to you from the Home Weather Office. And as I look out the window, it's a bright and sunny morning. Relatively comfortable here at the Home Weather Office, but it's going to be another hot day with temperatures in the valley likely at or above 100 degrees again. Most of this discussion, however, this morning is going to be about the Park Fire, which after about a week of only kind of creeping along, really came to life again yesterday as the weather pattern changed. As expected, the winds aloft started to become a little bit more vigorous and aligned from the southwest, really helping to vent the fire, and there was plenty of fuel out there. So in the last 24 hours, there were about 15,000 additional acres that burned, and it does look as though the fire is going to continue to be active for the next couple of days. After going through 5 or 6 days without really moving all that much, the fire is on the move once again. So let's start with the satellite, because as you can see, this looks a lot like it did about a week or so ago. We have a large area that's burning and then a big smoke plume that's coming off of it. And if you look at look at these clouds that are coming in, these high, thin clouds. You can see these are up probably around, maybe 18,000 feet or so. And you can just see the direction that they're moving in. So we have a nice wind moving in this direction, and then you can see the smoke plume at a slightly lower elevation kind of aligned with that. And so we're going to continue to see this fire be vented very well. Let me also show you just the way it looks down on the ground first thing this morning. This is from Colby Mountain. The fire is burning to the north of Colby Mountain. But as you can see, the smoke right now, the smoke plume is relatively low, but that's the morning hours. The peak burning on a fire like this is between about, late morning, noon, and all the way through 5, 6, 7 o'clock. That's one of the problems of fires at this time of year, is that there is so much of an open window for fire to burn. Once we get into September and October, we still have fires, but with the sun going down earlier, the window of having really active fire starts to lessen. So let's take a look at the footprint here. Now this is from a website I like. Let's see, what is the name of this website? The WFIGS is what I always look at, the National Interagency Fire Center. So anyway, this is the footprint of the fire. Now this area along Highway 32 has not increased. This area on the west side has not increased, and even the area up towards Shingletown has not increased. What happened yesterday was this area up into Mill Creek. So let's take a look at that. The fire had been just kind of creeping along on this perimeter. But yesterday, and if you look at the map here, you can see Mill Creek goes right up in here. The drainage, so the fire got established in here and just ran. And it's running uphill, and the winds are aligned. Remember, I showed you the winds aloft, and I'll show you that again. The winds are in this direction, both at the surface and aloft, and especially in the afternoon. So you just see the fire just kind of get blown up in here, and there's plenty of fuel in here as well, and there's more fuel for this to run. Now, one interesting feature that I looked at this morning, when you look at this, is look at this little area up here. When I first saw this, I thought maybe that was a spot fire. But as you look at this a little bit closer, you notice how this fire is basically aligned on a ridge and on a road, especially right here. You see how it goes right along the edge of the road right here? So what this is, now I'm pretty sure what this is they have lit this, and they may try to light more of this. I'm not quite sure, but I have a feeling that this is lit, because if you look just the other side of this, right up here is where mineral is. Mineral is right here. So population down there. So what they may be doing is trying to use this ridge as a barrier, so that the fire doesn't cross that ridge and get down toward mineral. But what that also means is that this is where they're trying to make their stand, that this area in Mill Creek is likely going to be active again during the course of the day today. So that's just kind of an interesting feature I kind of looked at first thing this morning. And as you widen out a little bit here, you can get a better perspective on just how small that little area is, and just how this little tongue has continued to go up. and up toward Highway 36 here. Now on the other side of 36, if you get far enough out there, then we start getting into the area up along into the east of 36. That's where the Dixie Fire went. But in the meantime, the immediate threat is going to be for the area along 36 here and up toward Mineral. It looks as though this area in Mill Creek may continue to burn. Let me take a look at that with Google Earth here and get a better idea of just that steep canyon here. Let me switch the camera around back to the north, and let's do this. All right. So this is that drainage that it's burning in, Mill Creek, and kind of going up this way, and that'll be aligned with the winds this afternoon. So it's this area here that will likely be burning this afternoon. Now we have the winds that'll be going in this direction. There's a lot of fuel. There's already fire established in here, so there is no real reason that the fire in this area won't continue to run up on what will be the southern slopes of Turner Mountain, which is right here. And then here's that ridge that I was looking at. So it looks like they're trying to fire this ridge to try to keep the fire down in here and not have it go over that ridge and down into Mineral. So that looks like what the plan is. Now let's talk a little bit about the weather that's going along with that. Now for that, I like to look at the winds that are up here around 10,000 feet. Now this is 700 millibar winds. And here's where the fire is, and you can just see they're perfectly aligned out of the southwest. And if you have enough wind here, now that wind's not all that strong, but it's 22 knots or so, that helps to vent the fire. It decreases a little bit overnight tonight. Then tomorrow we also have wind aloft in the same place. This is tomorrow around midday, and it continues during the day tomorrow and even into the day on Thursday. This is Thursday afternoon. The winds aloft maybe not as strong, but with the temperatures on the ground being very warm, valley temperatures up around 100 degrees, humidity staying low, winds staying in the same direction, same speed, there's no reason that we're not going to continue to see that fire be quite active. Let's see, today's Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. There may be a change in the weather pattern by the weekend or early next week, maybe some cooler weather, maybe a little bit of a trough coming in. But it does look as though, from my kind of amateur look at this, that we could see more active fire behavior over the next couple of days. They're going to have their hands full trying to hem this thing in. They made a lot of progress when the weather was laying down over the end of last week and over the weekend. But as we saw yesterday, it was quite active again. And if you look at, let me go back to that camera. Let's go back to that. And so if you want to be looking at it yourself today, so from the Alert Wildfire camera sites, this is Colby Mountain, and this is the camera that yesterday was showing the huge pyrocumulus cloud. And if you look up here on the top of it, you can see the direction that this is looking. So due north is right over here. So areas down along Highway 32 still looks as though they're safe, and this is all burning well north of Colby Mountain. But if you want to be looking at this yourself during the day today to see if we get the PyroQ going again, Colby Mountain on the Alert Wildfire cameras. That's the one you should be paying attention to today. For the valley and the foothills, it's going to be another hot day. Temperatures up around 100. We're not going to see much change in this pattern over the next few days. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, probably all over 100. We may see some slightly cooler weather by the weekend and into next week. So that's everything I've got for you this morning. A park fire update, and yeah, it does look active again. But the weather itself looks kind of, for the rest of us, just kind of quiet. Wish it was a little bit cooler, but just going to kind of stay this way for the next few days. That's everything I've got for you this morning. Make it a great day. I'll talk with you later.